Hello everyone and welcome to Geek Academy channel. I'm your detective host Igor, and today we're gonna talk about some promotional materials for Severance Season 2. We have a small teaser trailer for episode 3 that's gonna be aired this Friday, and we have also a very interesting teaser trailer that was published in shorts on Apple TV's YouTube channel. And if I had only the first one, I would never do this video at all. This is not something that has a lot of information about episode 3, but the second teaser trailer has some very interesting moments that I really want to discuss with you. So if you're ready, let's begin. And as usual, I want to thank everybody who supports me on Patreon and on YouTube. Your financial support is what makes this channel possible. Since this video is going to be a very short one, and I'm already prepared the video for episode 3 of season 1 on my rewatch. It's going to be recorded tomorrow, hopefully, if I'm going to feel well, and I'm going to publish there. Once again, thank you for all of the new Patreons and all of the new sponsors that joined. I kind of wanted to prepare for a more detailed video. So let's dive into the first teaser. Okay, I hope you're ready. As I promised you, don't raise your hopes too much. It's not gonna be very detailed, but let's watch it together anyway. So we are seeing like lumens. This is some kind of like a shaft or something, and we have Mark S with a very cool tie that kind of resembles what we are seeing usually on MDR's computers. Haley R or Helena Egan, I don't know. By the way, like, she's obviously working out. There is something in her, in her belt here. We can hear the goats. Whatever is happening with the goats, hopefully in episode 3 we're gonna get some answers about it, because goats represent malice, and we know that Keir Egan and his followers, they want to fix the world, they want to cure humanity. And usually if you think about every James Bond movie, when there's like the crazy professor billionaire guy who wants to fix humanity, usually they try to remove this malice from our from our humanity. Like if you're thinking about movies, most of the post-apocalyptic movies, like the one with Stallone, I forgot, like you try to make people never want to hurt anybody, and this is something we kind of born with. If you think about small children, they usually play in some kind of war games, they're shooting at each other, they're fighting. We have this desire inside of us, we need to control it. But as I told you, in most of those movies and TV shows, when you have like a crazy billionaire that usually he's like a super villain, they want to fix humanity by removing the malice completely. Maybe this is why this is the only temper here that is represented by a goat and not humans. Maybe this is something that's going to be related to what we're going to see in episode 3. Hopefully. Look at this Mark's badge. What the hell is that? I have no idea. Let me see closely. It's blurry. Sorry, it's blurry. I don't see what's written there. I don't know if it's somehow connected to Lumen. Looks like there is a Lumen logo there, but I cannot understand what's written there. And whatever is inside of her belt here. Okay, she's also have this badge. Look at this badge here and look at this badge here. This is something new. And yeah, whatever this is, I'm gonna be watching like a hawk as soon as the episode is gonna be released. Let's finish the video. Okay. He's saying, oh my god. This is basically what I'm saying every time I'm watching Severance, because oh my fucking god, this show is really amazing. But let's go to the second teaser, and this is the reason why I'm doing this video at all. Usually I'm trying to do videos for like a lot of time. I'm not trying to make them long, but it just happens because I have a lot of information about the episode. But right now I'm gonna pretend like I understand something about YouTube and its algorithms. But some people say to me, like, if you're making long videos, you should stick to long videos, because as soon as you make short one, you like kind of make YouTube algorithms to be mixed. And he's like, oh my god, what's going on? There's long video, there's short video, I don't know what to do with them. But sometimes you just have to make a video because you have to share something. And the reason I started to do YouTube full time is because I have to make those videos. Like, if you can do anything else but that, you probably should do it. But since there is nothing else that can make me so passionate about doing it, like doing those videos for you guys, for your entertainment, this is what I'm gonna do. And whatever is gonna happen with YouTube algorithms, this is what is gonna happen. I don't have any control on it. Okay, so let's move to this teaser, and now be focused, because there's gonna be some moments that are gonna be like, oh my god, what is going on? So he's starting here with Mark. He's like, hey everybody, and probably we have seen it, I don't remember, but even if we didn't, that's not that important. He's saying like, hey everybody, because he's excited to see his team back. We are seeing Lumen from the top. Nothing new here as far as I can see. By the way, so many people told me like, you were mistaken in the first review, you said there is no lake. Yes, I am doing mistakes. Unfortunately, I'm human. You know what? Fortunately, I'm human. I'm doing mistakes. I'm gonna own them. I'm gonna apologize. Yeah, you were right. There is a lake there, so it wasn't a lie in this cartoon. Anyway, moving forward, we are seeing our 4 heroes, and we're seeing Mr. Milkshake here saying like, we're together again. Nothing new. We are seeing that Mr. Milkshake is trying to be nice and happy and saying we are reformed right now. Everything is gonna be different, and obviously it's not. So we're seeing Haley here. She's kind of worried. She looks like Haley, and here we are seeing somebody, definitely, this is a girl, a woman, and she's running in these halls, and like right away I have this vibe of an asylum, and somebody like a psychiatric patient tries to escape, and all of the, you know, like officials and, you know, the nurses, the guards, they're trying to catch them. I have no idea, maybe this is someone from the management and they're trying to chase somebody, or if you remember Petey's words about this place, and there are some rooms where people just live there. They're never live in Lumen. They severed, but they still live there. It's like completely new people that are being designed to work for Lumen, and like they don't see the light of day at all. Maybe this is one of them who just woken up, maybe, you know, something that was done on MDR and her file has been completed, and now the chip that is inside her head has some kind of a new programming, and now she decided, you know, fuck this place, I don't want to live here, this is kind of depressing, I want to escape. Maybe this is somebody new, I don't know, but it looks interesting, it looks very intriguing. This is not something that we have seen even remotely on season 1. This is like an action sequence, and it's probably going to be very intense. I don't know if it's going to see it in episode 3, probably not. As I told you, this is going to be a spoiler video. So we're moving forward. This is a scene with Mark. This is probably the one we have seen in episode 1. I'm not 100% sure. And we can see that Milkshake is losing his patience. If somebody is opening his style like that, this is not a person who is happy to do something right now. He is angry. You know, he's been entrusted in controlling and leading this severed floor after Miss Selvig wanted to have a throuple with Mark S. He's innie and outie. Obviously not, but I just love this joke. And he's probably gonna lose his patience, and he's saying like, I'm tightening the leash, because we know that Mark S. and his team, they're not gonna give up. They're not gonna just suddenly start do everything that MDR is supposed to do and forget about Gemma and forget about their goals. So, you know, Mr. Milkshake is gonna have to tighten the leash, and it's probably gonna create even more tension and even more action from the part of Mark and his friends. So this is the moment when he stop in the elevator. We have seen it in the trailer. This is the moment of Helena is walking here. Nothing important. I don't see any details. This is something that we probably gonna see in episode 3. As you can see, this badge that we talked about, but it was on his left side, now it's on his right side, but you know, sometimes they mirror the shots for trailers and when they edit the videos, so I'm not gonna have 100% sure if something changed here, but we're gonna see the room. They heard the goats, so this is the room we're gonna see in episode 3. I'm like 99% confident that's what's gonna happen. And look, here we have, you know, the Gwendolyn Christie character. We have seen her in the trailer. This is the moment we also have seen. Nothing new. If we analyze this already, I'm not gonna stick here and talk about it once again. So Mark S. And this is a new shot. As far as I can see, this is Mr. Milkshake. He's wearing his biker coat, and once again he looks pretty determined. And when Mr. Milkshake is determined, probably it's not going to be very good for our heroes. He's in the elevator. Is he in the elevator with the red, arrow that points down? Even though we have a blue color here, we have the blue light here. I don't know, but it looks like he's going somewhere that usually our characters don't go. So here we can see Dylan, and he's saying like badass, he's smiling. Now there's an obvious question. Is it an outie Dylan or innie Dylan? And I kind of think this is innie, even though if you're gonna look behind him, there is a window, And it looks like he's somewhere next to the outside, and we know that our Inis never have seen the light of day. They were never outside. They don't know what it's like. If you remember in episode 1, when they talked to Mark, they were like, what is this wind that everybody talks about? Can you tell us how it even works? And here it kind of feels like this is the place that Milkshake promised him, you know, the visitation center where he's gonna be able to see his family, and he's like so happy, he's like smiling, saying badass. This is really Dylan. We know that he's like this complex of being alpha, he wants to be always on top. This is so him saying badass about something that excites him. So yeah, it can still be his Audi. Obviously, I could be wrong here, but if you remember his Audi in episode 2, he was kind of depressed, he was sad, he was kind of broken, he was always angry at his wife, and here he's like so, you know, honestly, without any filters, smiling from the bottom of his heart. I don't know, I kind of believe this is his Ini. I would love to know what you think here in this moment. Here we have somebody holding hands, yeah, look at the manicure here, look at the fingernails, it looks like the manicure of Helly, and she's holding hands with probably Mark. Who else? Another moment we have Irving's Audi. Looks like they're standing next to a fire. Look at the light here on his face. It looks like there's like a burning fire. Maybe there's, I don't know, maybe they're making something, maybe they're barbecuing, or maybe they're burning some materials, some documents, maybe the paintings of the elevator that he was drawing on and on and on and on and on and on in season 1, and now he kind of, you know, like leaving it behind him, and this is why he's saying lovely. I think it's a good guess, but once again I could be wrong here. Anyway, like this moment, look at the camera, the way it shakes when we see the close-up of Mark, and this moment, see how the camera switches once again fast from one heli to another. So what is going on here? Like the shake is kind of symbolizes that something is very traumatic, something very disorientating. Oh my god, somebody give me 5 stars for just pronouncing this word. Happens right now in Mark's brain. Maybe this is already after the reintegration process, and now he's seen 2 different Helenas in front of him. Kinda implies that maybe he has seen already Helena on the outside, maybe they're met, and now he knows that she's also on the inside, she's also there. I don't know what it is, but it's obviously gonna be very interesting. And this is probably the most interesting shot of this teaser. I mean, look at this. This is an MDR, but it kinda looks like in some kind of a post-apocalyptic landscape. And I'm not saying this is what we're gonna see. Suddenly there's gonna be a twist and everybody's dead and they're all in a matrix and I want to save humanity and some weird program guy just created those Egans. I hope not. It's gonna be too much of a twist, but maybe they're gonna find a room, maybe they're gonna find a place, something that was neglected, something that's, you know, being left alone, and they're gonna realize that MDR was being rebooted many times, and they, you know, like version number 10.0 or something like this. Look at the vegetation, look at the lights. It's obviously been abandoned for a lot of time, but the screen, the freaking screen, is still working. I mean, this place, the only explanation, logical explanation that comes to my mind, this is a dream. Maybe once again Mark is being reintegrated and he's dreaming he's in his life. He's like all of the memories, everything that he experienced for the past 2 years right now rushing to his brain, and, you know, in order to somehow to cope, to actually absorb this information, maybe this is something that's going to happen in some sort of a dream sequence. Yes, this is also the moment that we have seen already, and look at what's going on here. We are seeing this Hammond guy, Drummond, whatever, I don't remember his name. He's obviously attacking Mark, and this is like not something light here. Like, people were complaining there is no action in Severance, there is no Vin Diesel to ride in and save Emily or something like this, but here you can see action. Now you're happy. We know that, you know, Lumen is not shy in hurting their workers. We have seen what they can do in break room. They can break people psychologically. They're not very shy in hurting them too. We have seen Mark S. Knuckles when he left, and, you know, all of the explanations, you know, all of this lies that they've been told about what actually happens to their Inis, but we never seen no one, even Mr. Grainer, to actually assault our Inis. So let's move on. We have seen Irving, and this is the moment that I also love. Like, I mean, look at Miss Selleck. First of all, look at her body language. She's kind of afraid, she's kind of intimidated, but she's not there to request or beg. She is there to demand something. She is there to take a stand. And this place look a lot like something that Egan would have. Look at the luxury, look at the abundance of wealth. I mean, just look at the lamp, whatever you want to call it, on the top. I mean, it looks like it cost more than my apartment. Everything here screams wealth. And it's kind of logical in my mind that from the perspectives of creatives, it's kind of even expected of them to laugh at the billionaires, of the self-made stories that we have seen many, many times. I've started from the bottom, like Keir Egan. He was, a sick child, and he became so rich and powerful on his own merit. And then we start to actually dig in on all of those millionaires and billionaires, and we kind of realize that like 90% of them were actually getting like loans and helps and millions of dollars from their wealthy, very wealthy parents. I've been a freelancer in my life, and I did a lot of business videos for my clients. I'm obviously not gonna sell the names, but I can tell you how many times I heard the story of, we started from the bottom, we didn't have anything, like we barely had any money for food, and now look at us, we're so successful, millions and millions of dollars. By the way, tell me the story, how you started. Well, actually, my first clients were friends of my father. Who was your father? Oh, he's actually a very successful pilot in the commercial flights. Ah, yeah, so this is how you started from the bottom. You had like your father friends buying your properties on, 200% rate just to help you to actually get started. I don't think, actually, I'm very confident that Severance is not just, some kind of a clever ruse and, to laugh on capitalism and to laugh on billionaires. I probably wouldn't even watch this show because it's kind of lazy in 2025. It's way more than that, but it obviously does that too. And I wouldn't be surprised that if we're gonna see, Jamie Egan's house and it's gonna be super rich, even though we have seen like Keir Egan's house and it was kind of big for that period, but it also was very efficient and very humble. Like you have the working desk, you have the bed, like everything's there for the reason. There is no abundance of wealth in this house because, he's this very amazing guy and he cannot be, somebody who spends $1 million on a golden toilet or some shit like that. So we move forward, we have Mark S here and the elevator closes and the teaser is over. So yeah, just a rerun of it. So let me know what you think and thank you so much for watching it and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Bye!